Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyay Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Sruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha Om Sri Tapovan Sishyaya Namaha Hari Om. Let us start the Shanti Patha of the Taittiriya Upanishad. Om Shanno Mitrashyam Varunaha Shanno Mitrashyam Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatumam Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we have completed so far 5 Anuvakas of Taittiriya Upanishad. Right now we are in the Upasana section. Now quite a few people are joining today because I met few people over the weekend and then we talked about this. So for the benefit of those, I want to give a little bit more introduction about what Upasana means and Vyahurti Upasana in particular. That is the section we are right now in. We all chant Vyahurti during our Sandhya Vandanam, during the Homas and all that. Also, when we chant Gayatri Mantra, we chant. Vyahruti are the words spoken by Brahmaji. Okay, as the essence of Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda. Om Bhuhu Bhuvaha. These are the Vyahrutis. And then Suvaha is another Vyahruti that was later on added. Mahachamaha, the Rishi Mahachamasya, his son, has added. Mahachamasya, he is added that. So Om Bhuhu Bhuva Suvaha. See, there are 3 more, Maha, Jana, Tapa, there are also, so 7, when we do pranayama, we do this, but then in this context, only 4 are mentioned. Now, the relationship, okay, first, let me explain what Vyahurti means. Because it came from the words of creator, Hiranyagarbha. When you say Brahmaji, is Puranic language. In the Vedantic language, we call him Hiranyagarbha. No difference. Chaturmukha Brahma is called in Vedanta as Hiranyagarbha. Who is he? He is the Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti of all Devatas. All Devatas report to him. He supports the thought world as Jnana Shakti. He supports the physical world as Virat. And as Kriya Shakti, he supports our pranas. Everything is because of him. So we are a subset of him at the body level, at the mind level, and also in our activities level, energizing our body. So we are the subset of him. So what happens to us when we meditate? All our papas get removed. So Vyahruti is indication. Vyavaharati papani iti Vyahurtihi. Vyaharati papani iti Vyahurtihi. This is the definition. One definition. It removes all our sins, means basically it causes expansion of us to be him. All pervading, active, intelligent support of the whole universe. And Vyaharanam, Ucharanam, tat vishayatvat mantranam vyahuritatvam. Many of the mantras, before we chant, we say these words, Om Bhu Bhuvaha. Because of that, it's called Vyahurti. Vyaharanam Ucharanam. Vyaharanam means Ucharanam. Tat Vishayatvat Mantranam. So when we chant mantras, we actually also start with these. That is why it is called Vyahurti. That's another definition. Then Vividhe Karmani Ahriyante Prayujyante iti Vakrutayaha. In various activities of yajnas, before they light Havan fire, they say Om Bhur Swaha, and then they light it. That's why Vyahurti. And then Upasana, we have to. So this is Vyahurti Upasana. First, you need to understand what is Vyahurti. These are, so basically, words are called Vyahurti. The word that comes out is called Vyahurti. But because it has come out from the Chaturmukha Brahma, they have special name. It's not just Vak. It is this Vyahurti, special name. And they have special powers because they lead you back to him. Okay, but I will go further. Vipassana also we need to understand a little bit. Vipassana is sadhakanam hitardhaya brahmano rupakalpana. Now what is brahmanaha means all pervading, infinite, essential being of all of us. Oneness that pervades the whole universe. That is the essence of the existence. That's called existence and chit. What is the definition of existence? If you take that out, nothing exists. That's called absolute existence. So all of us essentially are rising in existence, and without our knowledge, we are identifying with the limitations and seeing the world as limited. But when we withdraw our attention from the limitations, we become infinite. It's called drusti srusti. We see as we want to see because of our prarabdha karmas. So what is the Mahatmas doing for our benefit? We are sadhakas. What is sadhana? We are trying to reach our true nature, infinite, true being as such, without any disturbance, without any projections in our heart. To reach that state, we cannot directly, teacher might tell us, you are that, tattvam asi, but we cannot, our tatpada is not pure enough. We're identified with that. Tvampada is also not pure. It is defined as conditioned self. So in order to purify, we have to do upasana. So sadhakanam hitardhaya, for the benefit of us, brahmano rupakalpana. A limited form and shape, nama, rupa is given. But we do upasana on it, looking at the reality that you are the infinite, you are unborn, you are all-pervading, you are essential self. Like that, now we are gradually withdrawing our attention to the limitations to infinite. So he and I remain. That is the upasana, upa-asana. In that true presence, you and he or she remain. Upa means near. Right now, our upasana is on the body, and then our children, our family, our stocks, whatever it is. This is to shift it from the limitations to that ever-present self. How do we do that? Nikrushta vastuni utkrushta bhavana. What we think as our nature by conditioned mind, using that small matter, take nitkrushta vastuni utkrushta bhavana. We see Prakshadatmas Nityam. Like that we chant. You are Brahman, you are Vishnu, you are Shiva, like that we chant. So what is this? You have meaning of all those things, then suddenly you feel, if everything is you, I am also in you. So you and I are one. That is the last stage, but at the same time, you drop everything else. So one of the names for the mother of the universe, Lalita Sahasranama, Bhavani Bhavanagamya. See, Bhavana creates the illusion. You project happiness in objects, we forget you are already happy. And then you became unhappy. Then bhavana itself is the root cause of thinking lower, is the root cause of becoming lower. Drushti srushti. Okay. Now, Bhagavan Shankaracharya in the previous classes I have talked about, he gave a definition that I want to chant. I want to quote it now. Upasanam cha yatha shastram tulya pratyaya santatihi asankirna cha atat pratyayehi. So upasana means the flow of thoughts towards a higher as per the Shastra without any adulteration with the lower thoughts. Asankirna cha atat pratyaya. Atat means different from it. Tat atat. Tat means that infinite self. Tat. Atat means other than that. Without those pratyayas, you become that. That is upasana. It's a Namah Shivaya. Instead, tonight there is a lunar eclipse. I believe in the East Coast around 3:30 or so. So those who chant mantras, upasanas, they should be silent and then do the upasana on the mantras and revel in your heart. And this is going to come today actually. Let me continue. Shastrokta alambana vishayacha, Bhagavan says, Shankaracharya. So it is to be along as per the support provided by Shastra word, Shastra. Not the way you want to think about it. Yeah. Now, the relationship, Vyahurti, I mentioned what it is. I also mentioned what is Upasana. Everything is just a thought. A thought directed to higher is Upasana. To the exclusion of lower. So, in that context, Vyahurti Upasana, the relationship between Vyahurti and Brahman, it was mentioned in the last class, is Vyahurti is the Anga of a Angi. Means it is a part of a total. Anga means a limb. Angi means the one who possesses the limbs. But in this context, it's a part of the total. What is the relationship between the part and total? Part cannot exist without the total. It is organically connected and materially also connected. It is also connected ontologically. It cannot exist without that. Sat and Chit is that it arises like a wave in it. It's a truth. So I will give an example to make it clear. Because Upasana topic is very crucial. Those who are in our Vedanta course, our teachers used to say, Upasana, and if you are Upasta, you are well adept in Upasana, Vedanta is very easy. Because the experience becomes actualized very fast. What is the experience? You realize who you are. In other words, you don't get anything new. You just remove the ignorance. and you have no need for any other support. But in the beginning, you need the support, and you need examples because you not directly understand the points also. So we need examples. So I will just give a simple example. Let us take a wave, ocean, and water. Normally, we think wave has water because we think reality is what is moving. But the truth is, wave, no, the reality is, sorry, we normally say water is in the wave, but reality is wave is in the water. So, whatever pervades and supports is essence. So, in this case, ocean is the pervading, wave is in it. Whether wave is there or not, ocean is there. So, ocean pervades wave. So, here, in this context, Jiva is a limited individual like a wave. Mathematically, he is just an expression in a temporally with function T in it, like a wave. Is rising out of a field of karma. Now, the best he can do is to reach, I'm not this, I am that. That is to me my support. When we do that, our prana shakti, jnana shakti, kriya shakti, or ichha shakti, they look towards all pervading, powerful, ocean like Hiranyagarbha. In Hiranyagarbha, we are a amsha. There is a amshi, angi, anga separation still there. Even if you want to drop that also, you become water itself. Water has no limitations. Ocean has a limitation in water, and also wave has a limitation in ocean, but all of them drop in water. Materially, they're all in water. Right? So Jiva with limited Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti is a part of Hiranyagarbha. By Upasana, by Hiranyagarbha, you expand. And then even that also is started from Mahavishnu, because Hiranyagarbha came out of the navel of Vishnu. Okay, because he's also empowered by the Shakti Jnana itself, not relative, absolute existence. Everything remains as though there is no reason for any projection. Hiranyagarbha projects the universe. Now, in the Upasana, Vyahruti is because these are being taught to students. They are familiar with the rituals. They are familiar with the terminology of the rituals. They have also a feeling of respect for rituals. They consider them holy. So the language of rituals is connected with the Upasana. So one sloka I will quote before we move on. This is a very famous sloka. It's also quoted in Panchadasi, I think, but it very famously it is quoted in Drugdrushya Viveka. To put into perspective, the sloka is Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam Namachet Yansha Panchakam. Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagadrupam Tatodvayam. I will repeat it again. Very famous and very inspiring sloka. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama chet amsha panchakam. The whole universe has 5 aspects. Being, awareness, happiness, unconditional happiness, ananda. Asti bhati priyam. Priyam is unconditional happiness. Then these belong to your essential self. Then there are 2 more aspects of Jagat, Rupam and Nama, Nama and Rupa, which gives you conditioned mind. There are 5 aspects. Out of these 5, Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam. Asti Bhati Priyam is the essential nature. Being, you are aware of that I am aware, I am being, as such I am infinitely happy. Those 3 are your essential nature. Other 2, Nama and Rupa, which come and go like a wave. Big wave, small wave, so and so. Oh, he's here now, he's gone there. Emotions come and go. These are all Nama and Rupas. Mental, intellectual, physical, whatever Nama Rupa. You have a name and form to it, attached to it. Emotion is also Nama, Rupa. Jagat Rupam Tatodvayam. Last 2 are Jagat. Jagat means Jayate, Gachati, Tishtati. They appear and go, appear and go. They are not real. So, with this introduction, Jagat is a Anga of the Angi. And why? Because unless you have Asti Bhati Priti, this cannot be supported. Your existence you lend to outside. So Drushti Srushti, that's what happening, just like a dream. Waking also a same thing. Bhagavan Shankaracharya very beautifully says that this in Vek Chudamani. Drushti Srushti is going on. But we always start as Srushti Drushti. We are in the Srushti, that's how we start. But that is okay. That's how Vedanta starts. But eventually you realize, as I think, so I become. As I think, so I see. Drushti converts to Srushti Drushti. Drushti Srushti. Okay. So, Angi Anga relationship in the Upasana point of view is extremely important to understand. A question was asked by Lord Sri Rama to Hanuman for our benefit. Excuse me. He asked Hanumanji, after teaching all Upanishads, Sri Rama taught all Upanishads. And then he said, Manjuke me alam. He said, Manjuke is enough. He told him. So he asked Hanumanji, what do you think is the relationship between you and me? Please tell me. Hanumanji answered, Deha buddhyatu dasoham. As I consider myself body, if I consider myself body, I am your dasa. Dasya bhavam. Mano buddhyacha tvadamshakaha. As the conscious movement, it's not mana. If there is a movement in consciousness, if there is movement is awareness, but movement is there, then the movement is there, it's mana. Tvadam shakaha. My movement is always directed to you as a angi, as anga, as a part of you. That is upasana. Atma buddhyachu tvamevaham. As the essential being before mind arises, but existence consciousness is there. You and I are one. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. That is Upasana. You never lose the connection with God. That's what Sri Ramakrishna was telling. When you are dealing with the world, you have one hand in the world, one hand in the God. So, Deha Buddhyatu Dasoham. Or path. I'm serving you as Narayana. Mano Buddhya Twadamshakaha. This is the unbelievable teaching by Hanumanji. So that upasana is always having that relationship with the God as a principle with which for which you are serving, or to which you are thinking about, or you are becoming that. That is true upasana. So with this introduction, I think I have explained to you what is really upasana is, and also what is Vyahurti upasana. So last week we spoke a little bit. In the Anuvaka 5 we did last week. Now I actually summarized Anuvaka, parts of Anuvaka 5 now, along with Vyahurti's definition and all that. So let's go to Anuvaka number 6. Okay. Yes. सयेषोऽन्तर्हृदयाकाशः तस्मिन्नयं पुरुषो मनोमयः अमृतो हिरण्मयः अन्तरेण तालुके य एषस्तन इवावलम्बते सेन्द्रयोनिः यत्रासौ केशान्तो विवर्तते व्यपोह्य शीर्षकपाले भूरित्यग्नौ प्रतितिष्ठति भुव इति वायौ सुवरित्यादित्ये मह इति ब्रह्मणि आप्नोति स्वाराज्यम् आप्नोति मनसस्पतिं वाक्पतिश्चतुष्पतिः श्रोत्रपतिर्विज्ञानपतिः एतत्ततो भवति आकाशशरीरं ब्रह्मा सत्यात्म प्राणारामं मन आनन्दं शान्तिसमुर्धममृतम् इति प्राचीन योग्योपास्वा. Very good. You had the right material there. I'm happy. Sometimes, synchronizing is a little bit hard, particularly when people do not know how to use the swaka.org. Anyway, no problem. Thank you very much. So, here, I have struggled a lot how to explain this. Then I finally realized the best way to explain this is directly from Shankara Bhashya. Because this is an amazing material in this. So I will directly from Shankara Bhashya, I will try to explain this, but I will go fast. Then I'll again go back to the normal explanation. So स एषोऽन्तर्हृदयाकाशः तस्मिन्नयं पुरुषो मनोमयः. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Saha iti utkramya ayam purushaha ityanena sambadhyate. This mantra starts with Saha, Saya Esho Antar Hruda Akasaha, Tasmin Nayam Purusho Manomaya. So he says, the Purushaha is referred by Saha. So that Purusha, which is the Hiranyagarbha, Sa Esho Antar Hrudayaha Akashaha. Upasana, location, where is he? He is right here. Antar Hrudayaha Akashaha. That space in you that is motionless, changeless, ever supporting existence as it is. Yaha Yeshaha Antar Hrudaye Hrudayasya Antaha. That which is inside you. Antaha, inside Antar. Hridayamiti Pundarikaro Mansapindaha प्राणायतनः अनेकनाडी सुशिरः ऊर्ध्वनालः अधोमुखः विशस्यमाने वशौ प्रसिद्धः विशिष्टमाने पशौ प्रसिद्धः उपलभ्यते. This is a little bit controversial, but I am reading as per Bhagavan. But many places it is said it is not a physical heart. It is a energy center from which that vibration starts. But Bhagavan Shankaracharya in this context directly says, Hudayam iti pundarika akaro mamsa pindaha, he says. Pranayatanaha, in support of prana. Anekanadi sushiraha. It has various holes from which various nadis come, energy centers come out. So I read some of the other Ramakrishna Mission also, they directly pointed like this, and at the same time, and in the bracket they say energy center also, they said. Ramana Maharshi says its energy center is different from physical heart. It's on the right of the, slightly to the right of the physical heart. But whichever way, Bhagavan Shankaracharya in the Kathopanishad and all those also, he said something similar. See, Taittiriya Upanishad, I think I believe he has first written Taittiriya Upanishad, Bhashya. Urdhvanalaha adhomukaha vishasyamane paso prasiddha upalabhyate. He also gives example. It is just like when a pashu is being killed for a yajna or whatever, you see that boom, 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 boom. That is it appears, you can see it, he says. Upalabhya. Tasya antaha, in that ya eshaha akashaha prasiddhaha eva karakakashavat. Just like in a pot, you have space inside there. Kamandalu it's called. Inside there is a space, pot space. In the same way, in that akasha, there is space. There is space in that heart. Then tasmin saha ayam purushaha. In that heart, purusha is there. That Hiranyagarbha. Now he defines what is purusha. That is why I have to read the Bhashya directly. Saha ayam purushaha purisayanat. One definition he gave. From the physical point of view, he who resides, takes comfort in body, from the physical, is purushayanat purushaha. That's then purnaha va bhuhu adayoho lokaha ena iti purushaha. Or is a purnaha va, that purusha in which whole universe arises. Because of that is purusha. Bhuadayoho lokaha ena, by whom everything appears. Yes. Purusha. So it is basically he's saying everything is in him, including your existence. But you started off with where you see yourself first, that's right. Now, next sloka. Tasmin ayam purusho manomayaha. It is in the mantra, manomayaha. Bhagavan explains. He says, every word he explains, along with the etymology, how it came out. Samasa, he parigraha vakya he gives for samasa also. So he says, okay, manomaya manaha jnanam manutehe jnana karmanaha. This essentially, manu means avabodhane, according to the Sanskrit grammar. But dhatu, avabodhane is manu, manas. Avabodhane means a capacity to understand. So, manute jnana karmanaha. For that reason, one definition is manaha, it is called. Manute, second definition he gave, manute anena iti va manaha antakaranam tad abhimani tan mayaha tan lingo va. Or using that as this sign, linga, if you can access, and using vijnana as the sign, if you go inside, that is purusha. Basically, take consciousness as the sign. The mind conscious? Mind comes and goes. The observer of mind is consciousness. Now, like that, you keep on keep on going towards consciousness. What is being illumined, you drop. What is itself illumination, you catch. Like that, you keep on going back and back and back. Everything becomes totally consciousness alone. All the limitations are dropped when you withdraw. So that is what he's saying. Then he's saying, Amrutaha Amarana Dharma. Next word, that's also in Sloka. Amruto Hiranmayaha. He explained it. Amrutaha Amarana Dharma. That does not have any death. And so basically it has no birth also. Azo nityasya purano nahanyate hanyamane sarire. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. So when there is no death, there is no birth also. And there is no experiencing or there is no experiencer. Nahanyante hanyamane sarire. He doesn't kill or he doesn't kill. So Hiranmayaha, Jyotirmayaha. Amruto Hiranmayaha. He added both two adjectives. This is in the mantra. So he is that infinite Purusha in which every thought, everything arises. He is all pervading, in which world arises. And is also Jyotirmayaha. He is pure light. Mayaha means made of. Not showing something, no. It is itself light. Now he said, Bhagavan next when he goes, Tasya evam lakshanasya hridayakase sakshat krutasya vidushaha atma bhutasya indra rupasya idrisha swarupe upapattaye margaha abhidhiyate. Now, how to get that fellow? that path is going to be described. He's giving introduction to the next mantra. The same mantra, second part of the same mantra. This is very, very interesting. I already read it, so I'll go one more second. Antare nataluke ya eshastana ivalambate se endra yonihi yatraso ke shanto vivartate vatohya sirsha kapale. So now he's saying the location. Antarena taluke. There is a taluka means there is a hanging flush like a nipple between the top of our throat. Here. And that is called in English uvula. Uvula. Uvula it's called. Uvula. Uvula in English. Basically, it's a thing that hangs. Taluka means the talus. Between them, this thing that hangs down like a nipple. Every one of us know what it is. And he's saying, Bhagavan is saying, the Upanishad is saying, Antarena taluke ya eshastana iva avalambate. Just that which penetrates through that particular flesh, which hangs like flesh, sa endra yonihi. That is where everything arises. Hiranyagarbha. How yatraso keshanto nivartate. This basically, the Bhashya says, I will read the Bhashya. Hridayat urdham, from here, from Hridaya, urdham pravurta sushumna nama nadi yoga sastreshu prasiddha. See, it's important to read Bhashya, otherwise people do not understand that I might be bluffing. In this context, normally I don't read this much Bhashya. Today I felt it is important to read this. So that Hridayat urdham pravurta, that which is going up, urdham, Sushumna Namanadi, it is called Sushumna Nadi. And what is that? Yoga Shastreshu Prasiddha. It is famous in Yoga Shastra. Vedanta Shastra and Yoga Shastra could be somewhat technically different. Vedanta Shastra directly goes to the consciousness and Sat and Chit. It's like climbing up the mountain. Yoga Shastra has some sadhakas, sadhanas, upasanas. Vedanta Shastra also has upasanas, but they don't emphasize the techniques of Yoga Shastra as much. Sacha antarena madhye taluke talukayoho gata. So Shankaracharya added that from the Bhagavan Shankaracharya, from this Urdhva goes that Sushumna Nadi penetrates through the taluka, that hanging nipple, and then goes up. Yaha yeshaha talukayoho madhye stanai avalamade mamsakhandha, he says again, tasya cha antarena itya etatu. It also goes through that. यत्र च केशान्त केशानाम् अन्तः अवसानं मूलं विवर्तते विभागेन वर्तते मूर्धप्रदेशे इति अर्थः. From there it goes up, further up to the beginning of the मूर्धा means, the मूर्धना means this, to the beginning of the keshas where they start, and then tam desham prapya tatta vinisruta tena antarena vyapohya vibhajya vidarya shirshakapale sirakapale Vinirgita yasa indra yoni, indrasya brahmana yoni amar. And then it goes through that, penetrating through that, and it breaks it and goes through to Brahmaloka, indrasya yoni, called Shankaracharya. Mantra. Indrasya yoni, brahmana yoni margaha. Swarupa pratipatti dwaram and iti ardha. This is the way to retain essential true nature of ourselves, Swarupa, through yogic means. So this is the mantra. How much further? Now from here upasana he tells. Upasana he gives yatra. So now this is important. Bhurit yagnau pratitishthati. So now he say how the expansion actually happens. Bhuhu, bhuvaha, suvaha, maha. Okay, he is connecting with that, the Vahrutis. So when you meditate, Bhurit Agnau Pratidisthati, you actually experience Bhu means the fire element. And it's called fire. Expanded element is called Apanchikruta, Sukshma, fire. Bhuva iti vayu. See, when you are expanding the mind, your physicality is dropped. They are called Sukshma Sarira. Just like electrons, protons, neutrons make elements and molecules, but they pervade all of them. So electrons, protons, and neutrons are called Sukshma matter. Because they pervade everything, but they are not manifest. They are not seen directly. In the same way, subtle Agni and subtle Vayu are all pervasive. Physical Agni appears within it. So he is saying, Bhuva means Vayu. So now he is connecting with the Vyahutis. Bhuva iti Vayu, Suva iti Aditye. Suva means light of sun. Again, Sukshma. Mahiti Brahmani. So this Jiva is breaking this to Kapala and is going to the subtle elements which expand the whole universe. Then what happens? What happens? Apnoti swara ajyam. At that state, he becomes his true essential self. Apnoti manasaspatim. Then he becomes the Lord of the mind. Now he realizes mind, drushti srushti, he realizes. Just like a dream. Now in me, a world appears, the clarity he gets, including manasaspat, he becomes the Lord of the mind. As my mind flow, world appears. Now he knows. So world has no independent existence. Now he got clear. Vakpatis chakshuspatihi. He can talk, he cannot talk, but still he's the boss. Senses also. He could see something, he may engage, he may not engage. It's Vyavahara, that's all. Vijayaranyiji explains this Panchadasi beautifully. Vyavahara is different from Adhyatmika. He becomes the boss. Srotapatir Vijnanapatihi. Boss of the ears and also boss of the intellect. Vijnana means how to use jnana is Vijnana. He becomes the other. Etat tato bhavati, he becomes that infinite self. And what is his now? How is he made of now? What ontologically? What is that fellow? Akasha Shariram Brahma. He's all pervading Chidakasha. Sat Chit, but not limited by any conditioning. Because conditioning now has been dropped. Satyatma Pranaraman Mana Anandam. Satyatma, that second letter Tya has a Ta. So the Sat, Ti, both of with Murti and Amurti, both will come. Prana, so he's a boss of forms and formless. Pranaramam, he's withdrawn all the movements. Aramam. Mana Anandam, natural self itself. Santi Samurdham Amrutam. He remains in that Santi Samurdham, in that eternal truth. Samruddham, changeless, complete. Iti Prachina Yogyopa Asva. This is the teaching by Prachina Yogi. Or teacher of the Prachina Yogi taught him. Well, either way, Shankaracharya, both ways he said, it's possible. Now, I have to, couple of things, the time we start a few minutes late, I will take an extra 3-4 minutes today. My father used to tell me a story, and I want to share that. And one of our ancestors apparently was a great Upasaka. So this is not theoretical. Okay, 2 stories I will tell. First story is directly connected to that, so I will tell that, then we will move. So apparently, when he passed, a sadhu in Kashi said there is a Mahatma passed away on the banks of Krishna River. He just, I can see him passing through the solar orbit and then go to Brahmaloka. Agni Loka means Pitruloka. Vayu Loka, and he's passing right now, I can see it. So some people were doubtful. There are always some doubtful Thomases. So they have come to verify. They noted the date and time, and that they came to verify. And then they came to river and our village and then asked. Then apparently this person has passed on the same time, same day. And he was known to be a great yogi. My father used to tell that story. So his name is Rajsekhar Shastri. One of my cousins was named after him. That's one thing. For 15, 16 generations ago, that's one story. Now, last week I mentioned the 10th pontiff of Sringeri. Now we're all blessed. Bhagavan Shankaracharya has installed Sarada Mother there and also started the ashram in Sringeri. 10th pontiff of that, about 1300, 1200, he lived about 104 years. And for a few years at the end of his life, he was the 10th pontiff of Sringeri. His name is Vidyatirtha. He was very, very adept in Yoga Shastra and Jivan Mukta. And he has two famous students, very famous, Bharati Tirtha and Vidyaranya. Sri Vidyatirtha was, as I said, very adept in a yoga called Lambika Yoga. And it has two special aspects to it. One is called Chedana. Chedana means insertion through, see, below the tongue, you have a support that moves it, you know. If you move below the tongue, there is a support. It's called, in English, it's called frenum. So that frenum, Chedana, with Yoga Shakti, they cut it through, a hole through it into the stomach. Chedana. Then they have second capacity they develop through yoga. With all willpower, love of God, and God Himself. In Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that those who follow me, I will lift them. They're not ready. Dohana. Then they actually, the Amrita is produced in the cranium and it drops. So they actually use the channel to feed the body. To do that, they'll roll the tongue up and they lock it. When they lock it, they stop the breathing as well as need for food. It's called Lambika Yoga. So Amrita comes from the Sushumna Nadi, it flows down. So it's connected. Sushumna Nadi connected. But ours is blocked. Connected. It goes through the punctured hole into the stomach, to the food, and then it goes into the stomach. Then they don't, after that, they don't have to breathe, they don't have to feed, they don't have to eat. Then in 1333, he has famous disciples, you know, Bharati Tirtha and Vidyaranya, both themselves are Mahapurushas. So in 1333, in the banks of Tunga River, he went into, he said, they made into a vault. And he said, now I'm going into the vault for 12 years. Don't disturb me. He's actually surviving of the Amrita coming from God. Sushumna Nadi. You have to say from God only. Because he has no material needs. He's not eating anything. Then he has that Shiva. He said, actually, while he was alive also, he was considered to be Shiva himself. He said, now for 12 years I will live there, and then don't open the vault. The 12th year you open it. And I will form 4 deities. I will transform my body into 4 deities. Into a sculpture of 4 deities. Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma and Guru. And then you take it out and install it. So this is a true story. It's a documented. And then, so in 3 years, 1336, they go out on the sancharas to teach the disciples like us, and the disciples invite them. So Vidyatirtha was the pontiff at that time. When he was traveling, somebody, some fickle-minded fellow, wanted to find out what's going on. He opened the vault and went inside. This is unfortunate. It happened to Patanjali also. We told a story before. And then there's only Shivalinga there. He already left. He went to join Shiva. Now, all the rest of the 3 aspects were not formed. So when Swami Vidyatirtha found it, Bharati Tirtha found it, he came back, and then of course, nothing he can, they can do. Whatever had to be done, had to that. So then he prayed his guru. He appeared to him and told him, now I already joined Shiva. I cannot. I don't. I no need for me. You take that and then you do pratishtha. So Vidyaranya, later on in 1338, he made he did the that memorial. It's a wonderful memorial, biggest in that. Vidyaranya is a great architect, mathematician, astrologer, astronomer, Vedanta Pandit, everything he was. Vidyaranya has built that. He actually architect himself. He did the architecture and using zodiac signs, and then Shivalinga was there in the picture. My nephew has sent me this story. His name is Chandrasekhar Golapudi. He is listening today. So I will that PDF I will post in the group. So this is not this is a real story. So it's all connected through our heart. And Ramana Maharshi also says the mind is connected back to the heart. He says meditation is possible in the heart center, and it is also connected directly to Brahmakasha, Chidakas. So now the 35th pontiff, that was the 10th pontiff, 35th pontiff, his name is Sri Abhinav Vidya Tirtha. I had the privilege to see him. He visited our house also. 1917 to 1989, he was alive. And he apparently by the age of 20, he already mastered this. Lambika Yoga, he already mastered that. So his guru, Chandrasekhar Bharati, has named him Abhinava Vidyatirtha. Abhinava means modern, current Vidyatirtha. So Vidyatirtha, after he appeared, he said, rename this as I'm now, my name is now Vidyatirtha, my name is Vidya Shankara. So he renamed it as Vidya Shankara. Abhinava Vidyatirtha was the pontiff in 35th. His guru, by the time he was 20, Chandrasekhar Bharati, he's also, his name himself is a great saint. He initiated him as a pontiff in 35th pontiff. He was 34th pontiff. Because he's already adept in Lambika Yoga. So it was apparently documented on Abhinav Vidyatirtha's life biography, by name a book called Yoga, Enlightenment, and Perfection. That's apparently the name of the book. So, see, Yoga Shastra, Vedanta Shastra, all these things, and also Upasana, they're all complementary to one another. And I was telling a person I met over the weekend, I said that this is like it's part of the same coin. If you are in Samadhi, you can be in Samadhi. But if you are not in Samadhi, you say, it's all God's grace, all God's grace. Just like Hanumanji is saying, as mind, I am part of you. Don't say I. It's unnecessary. It's irrelevant. As much as possible, don't talk too much because it's not necessary. Talking doesn't help anybody, particularly the sadhakas. Revel in yourself, Atmaneva Atmana Tustaha. Bhagavan Krishna says. Okay. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.